Hi everyone, I'm Hales and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Friday Sews video, which is a weekly catch up for sewing and bits and pieces. I've made two things this week and I've also got a few fabrics and something else which is actually really useful to have. So I will show you that. Actually, I'll show you that first. Let me just get it. I use, do you say Gutmann? I always say Gutmann, but that's not probably right because it's a German company. Gutmann. You know what I'm talking about, but they're the threads that I use on my machine. I don't have any problem with them. I have tried moon thread and they've been in my previous machine and they were quite fluffy and they would just jam and break. And so because of that, I haven't actually tried them since I bought my brother machine last year. I haven't tried it with that, so I just stick with what I know. But I found it really hard to kind of, if you buy a fabric online, to know the thread to use. Normally I snip a bit off the corner, go into the shop, and then I pull the threads out, and so I lay it on the fabric just to see and I like to get a good match for it. But I haven't been able to do that. And I know some shops do offer thread matching to the fabric when you buy it, but I don't always buy that together, and then I'm not really sure. So they have a thread colour chart. Now I saw Angela from Devon Thread Tales bought one of these and it actually had samples of the threads for all of the colours. Unfortunately that has been discontinued. You can't get it. I've been scouring the internet for it for ages, but instead they've brought this out. So I got this, let me show you. So here we are. So this is for the polyester thread. They do a chart for like the cotton threads and I think perhaps the top stitch as well. But this is the sole thread that I use all the time. And I got this from So Essential. It's not sponsored. I don't have an affiliate link, but I will put the link down in the description box below because I think it's really good. And it's only like £2.50, but it shows you, I'm just double checking it's gonna be in focus. So it shows you all of the colours for all of the threads there, and then on here, and it gives you all the numbers and the threads, and then on, where is it, on this one here I think it is, no, oh, on the back, it's quite pale, so on the back they have a chart which then tells you whether it's top stitching thread, extra strong thread, sole thread, and then it tells you the length and the thread count. And even here you've got the chart here which has the washing instructions as well. And I just think it's going to be so useful to then put my fabric next to it. I mean, it's not going to be exact because obviously it is a printed photo, but let me get up really close just so you can see. Hopefully you can see there. So it actually shows you textures of the thread on the reel. So I'm hoping this is going to be really useful. I mean, I know shops will be opening up soon, but sometimes I just have to go into town because I need one or two reels of thread and it costs me £1 to park at the car park, and then I'm going into the shop literally just to buy out one reel of thread. So I know that we should shop local, support local, but sometimes it's not that convenient. And so I think having this means I can then go, right, I need this and this, and do an order. And actually some of those shops do have online shops or click and collect services, and it just means then I can put my order through ahead and know what I'm doing. So if you want to grab yourself one of these, like I said, link will be down in the description box. Completely paid for with my money, really cheap, but I think it's going to be a really useful thing to have. And unfortunately that old one you can't get hold of anymore, but this is a really good substitute. You'll see that I have got flowers in the background today. Normally I just have green plants, but my parents brought them over because it's our wedding anniversary tomorrow, and I've been married 17 years. And I feel like I'm not old enough to have been married 17 years, but I have. And it was my birthday this week on Monday. I know it's like all celebrations at once, and I am now 1 year younger than what my mother-in-law was at our wedding. That makes me feel old. Sorry Sally if you're watching this. So yes, and unfortunately my husband is on call this weekend and has to work, so any celebrations will be probably put off until maybe the restaurant's opening again, I don't know. So it does mean that it's me and the kids this weekend, but it does mean I can just sew and sort of keep out of everybody's way and just kind of chill out and hopefully get some things made ready, because I think it's going to be quite hectic next week being back at work. So in preparation for that as well, I got some fabrics. I thought I want some t-shirts making. So onto the fabrics. And it's got quite glare in here. So I have this, which is the black, and in my viewfinder this is going a bit psychedelic. So yes, it's pink and black, animal print, cotton jersey. These are, I've got 3 fabrics, all for just making the Lark tee by Grainland Studio. I think it's going to be this year's t-shirt of the year. Last year was the plain tone, this year is the Lark tee. This is another one. All 3 of these are from First for Fabrics, and they're all cotton jerseys, and I bought 1 metre of each. And with the postage, it works out about £10 per t-shirt. We have really cold, damp weather this week, and so I couldn't really dry anything on the washing line outside, and then I was a bit impatient, so 2 of these 3 fabrics I put in the tumble dryer. I never tumble dry jersey fabrics, so obviously I haven't cut them out, but I don't know if they have shrunk, so I'll see when it comes to cutting out that I can actually fit them in. If not, I might have to short the t-shirt. So, and then the last one is this. They're just, look, pink palette, shall we say, but yes, they're just fabrics which will go with black or navy skirts or trousers, purely really for work, a nice loose fitting top. But then I remembered that all the windows have to be open at school, so I'm probably going to be absolutely freezing, so I probably should have been making jumpers. But they're my fabrics, and then I've got a couple of makes, so let me just grab them. First one's not very exciting, and that is a stack of the 3D face masks, but they're just I made them sort of a bit smaller because they're for my son, but I just need to put the elastics on and then they're done. So I just yeah, I think I might need to make myself some more as well, but they're really not exciting things to make, are they? But they are getting washed and sort of worn quite a bit. So that is that. And then I made a skirt this week. I have made this before, which is the I Am Julie skirt by I Am Patterns, and I made it in I think it was after Christmas, but I think it was December, in black. So this one is in, oh here we go, so it's a needle cord. So I got some needle cords from Beyond the Pink Door as part of my Christmas present to myself, and I got a black and a navy with this purpose to make the I Am skirt, because it's tie waist and you just pop a button, so it just has a button on the, so it's a wrap over skirt. Now I can't even undo it. So you do your button and then the final one, and then you just tighten it at the side, and so obviously it fits and it's asymmetric, so you've got that wrap. The only thing, and the problem I had with when I made this in black, is that it does have a facing, and I found that the facing flopped out even though I stitched where they told me to stitch, and I tried catch stitches and they came undone, probably because it's a thick heavy fabric in the black one. And so when I emailed them, they suggested doing a sort of wide hem top stitch, and so with this one I just went straight in there to do the top stitch, and it just holds the facing nice and flat, particularly with this fabric. Now I have actually brought out a blog post since I made in between these 2 makes of how to draft a lining for the skirt and how to add a pocket. I just couldn't be bothered, so I thought I'll just keep the facing as it is and then just top stitch, which was a 3 centimetre, I don't even know if you can, oh you might be able to just see it there. So with a 3 centimetre width seam allowance, whatever, top stitch all the way around, and that's held that in place. And the good thing is that it is adjustable, and this is a thick-ish fabric. It has got a bit of a drape to it, but I don't need to line it. Whether it will stick to tights, I don't know, but obviously going into warmer weather you can wear it without tights, and because the button's on the inside, if anyone has like fluctuating weight or that kind of thing, you just simply just move the position of the button and then you can tighten it or loosen it, that kind of thing. So I think that's a really good fit, as a good pattern, and the instructions are really sort of straightforward. So I would recommend that. They're not massively size inclusive. I think I made size 50 and the top is 52. So they don't go really beyond that. So whether it's something they will increase, they are a French company, so they are sort of renowned along with another French company to not necessarily bring out a massive size inclusivity when they launch patterns. So I would recommend this, but always check on their website first, just to check that your sizing is in their sort of range. Now, the other thing I made is a bit not sure if I like it, because mainly because of the fabric. This is a viscose, it's a textured viscose. I don't think, I got it from Rainbow Fabrics in Kilburn in London, and they have really good viscoses which are only like £4.99 a metre. So I think I bought 2 meters of this, and this is the peppermint ruffle sleeve top. Now these items I've made in March, I made them this week, so they will be in my monthly makes at the end of the month. I am due to film, hopefully this weekend if no one's really around, to film my February makes video this weekend, hopefully for then upload next week. So this is like the catch-up videos, and then you'll actually see them on me at the end of each month. I do a roundup of everything I've made, just in case you're wondering. So it's Peppermint Magazines. It says it's a free pattern. I did make a small donation that they sort of suggested, only like $2 or something it says, so I just made that. And then I left off the ruffle because this is also really big. So it has a V-neck and it does have bust darts, but it does just hang. And if you check out the hashtag peppermint ruffle sleeve top, I think it's called, it's quite a long hashtag, you'll see everyone's versions, and it is quite cropped. So I added 2 inches in length, and then after I made it, I then shaved off at least 1 inch off the seam allowance on each side. So it's like 1 inch off the, probably 2 inches off the front and 2 inches off the back. It's like super wide, and it is quite loose around the top part and on the sleeves. So I made size F, I think it was, I think it's all letters, and I only printed out that size. So if I do want a size down, I probably need to reprint it. So that's the only problem with when you do have print in layers and you only print your size and you find that that's not the right size, you haven't then got the other sizes. Sometimes I print a size like either size, so I have like 3 sizes I'll print out and then like delete the other sizes, but I only printed 1 size and it is quite big. So just bear in mind, it's very loose fitting. There are no closures, so you need to be able to get it on and off. But I made this to be tucked in, and I thought with the, I mean, whether I'm brave enough to wear it to work, don't know. So from a distance, no one's going to know that they're red lips, are they? So I've got the blue skirt here, and then I thought blue top to go with it, but tucked in, so it's quite blousey because obviously you got the lovely drape from the viscose. And it was kind of treated like a toile muslin because I do have a zebra print viscose, which was going to be a Melio shirt by Deer and Doe, but I'm not going to be making that anytime soon. And I thought this is an easy, quick make. The ruffle was quite big. I did try cutting the depth of the ruffle in half, but it was too long on me and it just didn't look right. So yeah, so I removed the ruffle and just kept it as a sort of boxy top, but it's less boxy because of the drape in the fabric and being tucked in. It will then give me shaping at the waist because of that. But yeah, bear in mind the length and the size if you want to make that. You don't have to make the donation, so you could just print it off as a free pattern. There is a big project looming this year, and it's related to cosplay with my husband. I will probably reveal more at a later date, but it's quite a task that I've got. I have agreed, Lynn, if you're watching this, you're probably got your head in your hands going, why are you doing this again? But yes, I am going to make some things for my husband. I have got the metric pattern cutting book by Winifred Eldridge, is it called, to maybe make a pattern for him to work. And I think it's easier to fit things on other people than it is to fit on yourself. If you don't have someone to help you when it comes to like trousers and tops, that kind of thing, being able to go and actually, like, someone stands there and fits on somebody else, that's a lot easier. I made my friend a dress for her brother's wedding like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that, when I didn't have that much sewing experience, but it's actually easier to fit it on somebody else and pin and that kind of thing than it was when you're trying to like fit it on yourself. I don't know if you find that. I know a lot of us don't like sewing for other people, and that's fair enough. I don't often sew things for him, but I have agreed to do that. I have got some Swedish tracing paper, so I'm hoping that I can then use that to then sew together to make a muslin. That is going to be happening at some point. That's a bit of an ongoing project. I don't have a big deadline in place for that, or he hasn't given me the deadline in place for that, but he is sort of waiting for me to make a start. So that will be updated on my channel. I know a lot of you are probably like, cosplay, what you're on about, but every now and again on my channel you will see videos pop up with cosplay, and that is because my husband does Star Wars cosplay and I do things for him sometimes, and it does work out cheaper than paying somebody else, but it is quite intensive because you have to have it sewn so it looks accurate to how it is in the film and things. But yes, all my only clue is that it's anyone who's watched The Mandalorian, it's linked to that. It's not The Mandalorian itself, but it's that kind of thing. So before you get completely bored and you want to go off and do something else, I want to say thank you for liking, for subscribing, and stay tuned next week for my monthly makes video.